Okay, so very similar sort of process. The salesperson has begun to identify areas where they think they need to improve, areas where they think they may be weak. So we're going to continue to tease out of them ways in which they think they can develop. So we're going to do things like, we're going to say, okay, I'm reasonably comfortable with the kind of things you're saying. Maybe I actually thought you did better than you're saying. However, I'm interested in your views. How do you think you can improve that? And then we're going to listen. And your salesperson will say things like, well, maybe I need to watch you do it. Now, maybe they do. However, there could be another way of doing that. Because what we don't want to do is allow the salesperson to put the onus back on us to perform. So we're going to say, okay, what would you expect to see if I was doing it? What would you be looking to achieve? And they might say, well, we just want to see the expert doing it. Which is not unusual for salespeople to want to put the pressure back on the sales manager. But that's not our job. We're not there to sell, we're there to observe. So we're going to say, okay, that could work. How else do you think we could work on improving your listening skills? So we're putting the question back into the salesperson. We're not disagreeing with them, we're saying what else could work. And the salesperson could say, well, let's just do it again. Let's just run the same sort of thing with the next customer. I'm going to listen more, and I'm maybe going to ask some more open questions. Okay, great. And what do you think that would achieve for you? And the salesperson would say, okay, well, I'm going to get more information. I'm going to record it. I'm going to listen very carefully to what the customer says. And I'm going to make sure that the next question I ask the customer is related to the information they just give me. I'm going to drill down. Okay, as the sales manager, we're going to say, oh, that sounds great. Should we give it a go? And the salesperson, yeah, let's try. Well, let's do it in the next meeting. Let's not wait, let's go and do that right now. Okay, at this point in time, the salesperson's identified their weakness, they've identified a methodology for improving it, and we now have an action plan. And the action plan is, in the next meeting, the salesperson is going to ask more open questions, is going to listen more carefully, and establish more information on the customer. At this point in time, you, as the sales manager, have told the salesperson nothing. You just asked questions, you've listened carefully, you've agreed. How do you think the salesperson might be feeling? Motivated or demotivated? Well, most salespeople will tell you they're feeling pretty motivated at this point in time. One of the reasons that salespeople find coaching an unpleasant experience is because the feedback session usually consists of the sales manager telling them where they went wrong and telling them what to do next. That is demotivational. And it's actually quite boring. Most people prefer to work with their own ideas. So that's what we're going to do next. So we then move to the next meeting, and we observe it all over again. Now imagine a situation as the sales manager where actually you're thinking to yourself, all of the points that the salesperson identified as development points, I thought they were fine. I thought the questioning skills were good. I thought the way that you handled the customer objection was good. I thought they were fine. So you're thinking as the sales manager, well, we don't need to work on these. Let's imagine that even though we don't agree, we go with the salesperson and we say, let's work on it. What is the worst thing that can happen? Well, the worst thing that can happen is the salesperson is motivated to try new things and try and improve in areas where you think are okay. When we do this, the salesperson is continually motivated. So we go to the next meeting, or the next coaching day, which is 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Doesn't matter how often it is, or maybe providing we don't leave it too long to the next coaching session, whatever point as the sales manager you were observing that you would like to improve, if the salesperson hasn't picked it up in the early stages, you'll get around to it. The important thing is the salesperson is motivated.